Well, you heard over the weekend and you've heard on our newscasts today, specifically our national newscast from Westwood One, that there are some states that are starting to open up for business in a small, graduated, incremental way. Illinois is not one of those. So it's been a time of adjustment for small businesses here in McLean County and all across the state of Illinois. And we're going to touch on that this half hour in our monthly Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University Spotlight. I'm Mark Strauss. I'm the TV guy on the radio. And if you've ever been over to the Park Regency Hotel over there off Towanda Barnes Road, you know about, or probably know about, a restaurant in there called BraiZe. They've been up and running since September of 2014. And it's owned by a local gentleman, Brandon Leach. This is a local business that has quite recently recruited the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University to help them to run better, work with their financials, and just sort of improve on what they've already established there. So we're going to visit with Brandon Leach, the owner of BraiZe at the Park Regency Hotel. He joins us on the telephone right now. I'm Mark Strauss. I'm the TV guy on the radio. Brandon, welcome to WJBC.
Hey, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about BraiZe for those who haven't been there. My wife's eaten there, and she liked it a lot. Now, I haven't eaten there yet, so she's going to have to take me over there when you reopen. But we should tell people that you are one of the restaurants in the area that's doing curbside pickup and delivery right now.
Yes, we are. So BraiZe is a culinary-inspired. We like to use culinary-inspired food, great customer service at affordable prices. Our main dish is called the BraiZe. It's our signature sandwich. 6 inches of fresh baked French bread, and we hollow it out and stuff it with your choice of sandwich, and then toast the bottom with a little garlic butter to finish it off. So that's pretty much where we're at. The curbside pickup and delivery, we've taken the delivery back in-house to try to circumvent some of the third-party delivery services there and mitigate some of the fees that they charge, and also to keep some of our servers employed during the quarantine.
Yeah, how's that working out for you? What's been the response for curbside pickup and delivery?
It's been great. This community is great. Bloomington Normal has really rallied behind us restaurants, especially the local ones here. I know there's a Blono curbside page that's been really helpful for a lot of small businesses, especially restaurants there. The support of the community has been great. We're just trying to keep our heads above water at this point until all this blows over and we can get back to some normal operations.
What percentage of your business can you replicate with something like curbside pickup and delivery?
During the summer months, maybe 50%. We really bank on live music during the summer, our patio. With the warm weather comes business, and the warm weather's here and the business is not fully there. So we take a bigger hit during summer especially.
Let me get into your background before we start talking about how you wound up working with the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University. You're a Navy veteran. I asked you before our interview, you didn't have a background running a restaurant. This was something you decided to do. How did that happen?
I have a lifelong friend, Zack Poleto, and he's a good culinary mind. Went to school for that, and so very brilliant chef. Him and I teamed up to start the business, and I handled more of the business side and him the culinary side.
So you start this business. It opens in September of 2014, about 5.5 years ago. And then about a year ago, you got in contact with the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan. What did you need from them, and what did they help you with?
Well, we finally got to a point where our books, our accounting is good enough to present to a banker and ask for some funds. We've been a lean growth company our whole existence, so we haven't really took on any debt. We've ran debt free thus far. This was the first time where we actually needed to reach out and secure some funds for future projects. So we reached out to the SBDC to see if they had someone that could review our financials to see how much or if we could secure those funds. And so we spoke with Scott Dixon. He's a volunteer from, I think he's retired from Heartland Bank, and he came in and reviewed our financials and told us where we were at.
So what in your year-long association with the Small Business Development Center, what have you learned from them? And then just overall, what kind of advice would you have for somebody who's thinking about starting a small business? I imagine this is not the time to do that, but eventually, when things start to get back to normal, what would you tell them?
Well, I would say that, I would say that this is probably the best time to do it. You have a lot of idle time on your hands. You have the SBDC sitting waiting for you to give them a call, I'm sure, to help people with their business. So proper preparation in these sort of things makes for a really good, translates to sustainable results. So if you're planning or thinking about planning a business, now would be a good time. There's a lot of preparation that you need to do prior to even thinking about opening up your shop. And the folks at SBDC have a lot of resources, a lot of knowledge about how to do that. So if it's even a thought, I would say reach out to them and see how they can help you. At least they have a lot of resources they can forward on to you for you to do the research on your own. But I didn't have a resource like SBDC when we opened up, and it was kind of just shooting at the hip on a lot of things. And having them on my side when I opened the business would have been a blessing. So take advantage of the resources that they provide.
The SBDC, the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan, their website is McLeanCoSBDC.org, McLeanCo, C-O, SBDC.org. And then since we here at WJBC are throwing our support full blast behind small business, why don't you give yourself a free plug, a phone number, your hours of operation, and what people have that you can offer right now with your doors shut to dine-in business, but open for pickup and delivery.
Yeah, so we're open for curbside pickup and delivery Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. You can place an order online through toasttab.com/BraiZe, or you can give us a call at 309-262-2270 to place an order.
262-2270 is the number for BraiZe.
Correct, yeah.
All right, Brandon, hey, thanks for being with us. We're going to take a break here, and then we're going to come back and talk with the director of the Small Business Development Center, Karen Bissoni. I think Angela Cooper-Smith is also on the call today, so we'll come back and finish up our Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University Spotlight on WJBC. Welcome back to the Midday Show, the Straight Up Solar Power Hour on the Midday Show with Mark Strauss. In our Small Business Development Center segment, we get together with the SBDC at Illinois Wesleyan University every month, and now we bring in the director, Karen Bissoni. You met Brandon Leach, the owner of BraiZe, over there at the Park Regency Hotel. And so now let's bring Karen Bissoni, the director. Also, Angela Cooper-Smith is on the phone. Sorry, Angela. Angela Cooper-Smith is on the phone. She's the assistant director of the SBDC. And Karen, you've got your small business tip of the month. These are always valuable.
I do. Thank you, Mark. I wanted to talk a little bit about, to the audience, beware of scams, frauds, and schemes. It's really important to do so because there's a lot of that type of activity going on, and we certainly would hate it if someone became victim to that. Back on March 31st, a little bit earlier this year, the Inspector General of the U.S. Small Business Administration did start alerting the public about potential scams related to the economic stimulus programs that have been offered by SBA in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. So the ones through SBA, specifically the CARES Act, PPP, Payroll Protection Program, EIDL, which is a disaster loan, and there's an EIDL advancement, and there's other things. But there are these scammers that are taking information from SBA's site and then trying to convince you that they are the SBA. So just something for people to be aware, Mark, is if someone's trying to convince you there are grants available, and everybody likes the word grants because that's like free money, right? The Small Business Administration does not initiate any contact on either 7A or disaster loans or grants. If you are proactively contacted by someone claiming to be the SBA and, are you interested in this grant? Most likely it is a scam and you need to suspect fraud. Loans, if you are contacted by someone promising to get an approval for you from the SBA, but requires payment up front, and it may offer higher interest rates and stuff like that, most likely that is fraudulent activity. Don't go that direction. And there's also phishing that's going on out there. So these scammers will take SBA's logo and make it look real, and they will put it on their own information. And they will attach ransomware, malware, and if you click on to something within that email that says, take a look here or register here, then it may put dangerous things within your computer. So it's very important in that particular situation, someone that's claiming to be SBA is to go to SBA's website, sba.gov, and see if they have that particular program in place. And if they do, it's not someone else that should be contacting you. Because all these programs, you either go through your local banker, and our banks have worked really hard over the course of the last month in the PPP program and getting those loans prepared to send to SBA, and they've done a great job. We've had a number of small businesses that have already gotten their money that's helping them get their employees back to work. But that's the way that you obtain that. And then through the disaster loan that SBA is providing EIDL, you have to apply online through SBA.gov's website. There's no one out there that's authorized to get a hold of anybody to say, hey, go through my site. So I just wanted to let the public be aware because it's a real sensitive time right now, and these things are going on.
All right. Hey, we've got about a minute left. Angela, I think you want to cover some upcoming events, so if you can do that in 60 seconds, we'll pin a medal on you.
Okay, I'll make it easy for everyone. If you go to our website, we have an events page with our next 3 webinars. As you can imagine, we've had to convert everything to an online webinar. The first 2 are brand new. We have partnered with Insight CPAs and Financial to provide a webinar tomorrow on Tuesday the 28th and again on Thursday the 30th. We're going to be going over with Insight CPAs and Financial the business relief opportunities and the documentation and the accounting and the tax requirements that's folded into being compliant with the PPP and the EIDL programs. A lot of businesses have been asking, if I take advantage of these funds, what do I need to do to make sure I'm compliant in the way I use these funds? Because there are forgiveness elements to the PPP and even the EIDL loan programs. And then we have our monthly How to Start a Business in Illinois webinar. That's on Wednesday, sandwiched in between the 2 of them. And you can sign up for that also on the events page of our website, which is McLeanCoSBDC.org.
And you can also check them out on Facebook, IWU SBDC.
Thank you, Mark.
All right.
And Mark, this is Karen. We have one more on May 1st with the Chamber. Check the Chamber's website, please, but it is for restaurants that need help with curbside service and ideas. It's a round table with Brandon Leach of BraiZe, Patrick Fruin of Flingers, and April Fritzen of Coffee Hound. They're going to be on Zoom, and this is through the Chamber and the SBDC partnership. But look on Chamber's website, and you do not need to be a Chamber member to get onto that platform. It will hold 100 people. and it'll be a great discussion on how best to set up your curbside service so that you